The topic today I'm going to be going over is getting thyself visible. For people to even know you exist, you have to be visible. You have to get the eyeballs on you, on your stuff, on your business to start growing that relationship, growing your audience, nurturing your audience, building that know, like, and trust factor, right? So that you can convert your audience later on. Now, of course, everything that I'm going over, this is not the totality of everything you can do to get visible, but they are what I teach my clients. And so if you want to take notes, go ahead and take notes. I might go ahead and do a post with everything later on. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's get started. Again, any questions, drop them down below. Getting visible. All right. So in order to make money, especially in a service-based business, you have to get clients because clients mean money, right? And you have to be putting yourself in front of your target audience, in front of your ideal clients. The first thing I highly suggest doing is now, for the most part, I'm going to be going over Facebook, just FYI. Now, these same concepts, of course, they are the same for Instagram or LinkedIn, anywhere where there's a community where your people might be hanging out. So that's the first thing, I guess, is choose a social media platform where your target audience is hanging out, where they are engaging already, okay? So on Facebook, before you start engaging, though, I highly recommend, and a lot of people don't like this, but I highly recommend optimizing your Facebook profile. Optimizing your Facebook profile. If you don't know what I mean, do a right click and hop on over to my profile and you'll see my profile cover, right? My profile cover is kind of like a billboard. Your profile is valuable real estate on social media. And what you want to have on your billboard with your brand colors or bright colors and in big bold letters, what you do, like who you help, what you do, and how you help them. Who you help, what you do, and how you help them, right? You want to put that on your billboard. Underneath, there's a featured photo. You want to do that as well. Now, on my billboard, I have a link to my Facebook group, which is here, where most of you are, okay? I'm streaming also to my Facebook page, but if you're in this group, the Online Business Society for Aspiring Female Entrepreneurs, it has a link to this group so that I can get people in my audience, so that I can be more visible and nurture the relationships, so I can build relationships with my people inside of my group, okay? So you really need to have your profile optimized. In your little bio, they don't give you very many letters to use, but put your message in there, right? Your ultimate message, who you help, what you do, how you help them. You know, what are you helping them with? And what do you do? Put that in your message. You can also put links to your website if you have one, or your freebie if you have one of those, okay? But your profile is very important to be optimized. Why? Well, I'm going to get to why in just a minute. Okay. So the way to get visible on Facebook is, again, go where your ideal clients are hanging out. Now on Facebook, this is mostly going to be other Facebook groups. Okay. So for me, that's where, you know, other entrepreneurs are hanging out, other moms, especially working moms that hate their job and they want to get out of their job. Those are the people I'm trying to serve. Those are the people I'm trying to help. So that's where I try to hang out. Okay. You want to find at least 5 or 6 Facebook groups where, again, your audience is hanging out. People who need to hear from you, people who have been praying for you and your services to come to their lives. You know what I mean? You want to go where they are. First, you want to engage in other people's posts. Spend about 10 minutes a day in each group, maybe just engaging. What are other people saying? What do they need help with? And bring value. Bring value. You want to be known as an authority figure in your niche or in your market. And how you do this is bringing value in other people's groups. Okay? And again, this can be engaging with other people's posts, giving them advice, giving them tips. Don't hold back. Okay. Some people worry, oh, I don't want to share too much because I want to leave stuff for my paid programs. Don't worry about that. Okay. Give value, answer their questions. Okay. What is that when you're in another group and somebody like really gives you something like a helpful tip or advice? What does that do in your mind? It makes you think, wow, that was awesome. I never thought of that before. I wonder who this person is. And you click over to their profile, which is why you want to optimize, right? Where they're going to learn who you are, who you help, what you do. And if you're like me, they're going to see if you have a Facebook group. And they're going to read some of your content. So maybe they'll read your content or see your lives that you have on your profile, or, you know, anything public that you may have. And then maybe they'll join your group as well. Other people do this too. Even people in these other groups that you're not engaging with, we all have, who here, I mean, everybody, we read other posts and we don't like or comment on anything, but we read them. But if something catches our eye and something we're interested in, we're going to read it and maybe check out that person as well. Okay, so this is a good way to get visible. Go in other groups, engage with people, post yourself helpful, inspirational posts that give advice and tips, ask questions, you know, build that engagement and get seen. The more people see, this is a psychology thing, right? The more people see your name and they associate it with positive things, or wow, she knows her stuff, or man, that was really good. I love that post, you know, and especially when people comment it and like it, the Facebook algorithm likes that. And so it'll show your posts to more people and the same people who keep liking and commenting, which is what you want, right? Again, you want to stay top of mind. You want people to remember you, who you are. And whether you're a website designer or you're a coach or you have some kind of service or you're a VA, whatever it is, you want to stay visible to your ideal clients. And that's really as simple as it is. How long does it take to post in a Facebook group? Not long. And if you have your own group, just take that post that you've already made, copy it, and post it in one other group. Now, I know some people, they'll take a post and they'll just go post it, copy and paste in like 5 other groups. I suggest not doing that because it does come across a little spammy, right? Especially if some of your ideal clients are in a lot of those groups, it'll just say all your posts coming down and it looks kind of spammy and not very genuine. Okay, so I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest maybe once a day, okay, post in group A, then the next day post that in group B, and, you know, kind of have a cycle of posts that you're posting. But mostly it's going to be giving engagement, you know, engaging with other people in these groups. Okay. And again, the most important thing when it comes to visibility is bringing value. When I say that, I mean, bringing the good stuff, giving the good tips, the advice, the education, the educational content, you know, good content. I mean, wow people. All right. You want to, again, be known as that authority within her niche. And this is one way you do it. Okay. When you're making posts, do not pitch your services in your post. Okay. At the end, don't say, here, book a call with me, blah, 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 or here, come check out my, don't do that. All you got to do is bring value. And again, the people who are your true ideal clients will read that and connect with it. Even if 100 people see your post and they're like, if that one person sees it and like, oh, I really, really like that, I'm going to go check this person out. They'll go to your profile. If you have a link to your group, they'll check out your group. You want to make it as easy as possible for other people to check you out. All right. It's kind of like dating in a way. You want your ideal clients, people to check you out, have a couple clicks, and bam, they're in your group. Or, you know, they're on your website checking out your services or whatever it is. You don't have to pitch in these other groups. Now, every once in a while, when I'm engaging in other people's posts, I will drop a link to my group, whether it's allowed or not. They'll delete the post if they want to. I've never been kicked out of a group, but, you know, I always get several people in my group that way. Maybe you found me that way. Okay, so Let's see. Again, give me, what do you think about this? Who here is already engaging in other people, in other Facebook groups and bringing value? Do you have any advice when it comes to that? Or if you just really like that idea, drop me your favorite emoji. Hey, Mandy. Thanks for showing up. Mandy's one of my clients. Okay. I have some notes. So I have so many tabs open. Who here always has like 100 tabs open on their computer? Okay. So the point really is going these groups, giving value, engaging, building relationships. Okay. Building relationships. If you really start chatting with somebody, ask permission. Do you mind if I send you a private message? Or do you mind if we connect on private message? And then just start talking, right? Or add them as a friend and send them a message. Again, no pitching, no cold selling. And just say, hey, check out their profile and see what kind of commonalities you have together. Check out their profile and say, hey, so happy to connect on here. I see you're a mom too, and you homeschool. Wow, I have 4 kids and I homeschool as well. What, just connect on some kind of level, right? Because remember, guys, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. So you need to be a real human being, okay? Connect, show interest, build relationships. Sometimes it might take days before you connect again or connect on their posts, right? Now, one thing, when they do accept your friend requests or if they add you as a friend, have a special friends list on Facebook to add people to, so that, one, when you're sharing content on your profile, and maybe you don't want everyone, all your friends and family to see it, but just your, target audience or your special friends, right? You can just click the little button and have it only shown to them. Or if you're sharing something really private or, personal and you don't want them to see it, you can also restrict it so they're left out of those kind of posts as well. Okay. Another reason to do that is because you can click on your friends lists, and mine is called business leads. And I click on business leads, and then all of my audience, right, my business audience, the people that I'm building relationships with, all of their posts come up. And I love their posts and I comment. Don't like posts. You need to love it, laugh, hug, one of those, right? Don't do angry, but one of those, because from what I've heard and what I've read, just doesn't register as well as a love, giving something a love. Okay, so give your content a love, comment on their kids, comment on, their life, and laugh at their memes, and, just, again, be a real human being. But having a friends list is just an easier way, again, to be visible. They'll see you commenting on their stuff and liking their things and all that sorts of thing. Okay, remember, it's being top of mind. You want to be top of mind. So when they're seeing you in the groups, they're seeing you on their feed, they're seeing you comment on their stuff. Top of mind. That's being visible. You want to be visible to your ideal people, right? Okay, yeah, so the point is you want to stay top of mind for people that are your ideal clients, okay? Now, about posting your offers, this is why you have I highly suggest, and this is what I teach, is having your own Facebook group where you can invite people into your world, invite people into your community where you go live regularly, where you, again, bring lots of value, where you can get to know them better, where you can be silly or, have engaging posts and ask them how their day has been and all that kind of thing and this is why I love Facebook groups so much in that way. All right. So I highly suggest having a Facebook group. Share your offers in your Facebook group. Every once in a while, yes, post it on your profile as well, if you're comfortable with that. Okay. Or to your leads friends list, right? Share it on there. Or in the PMs, if you engage with them first, okay? Invite people to book a call with you in your group or in PMs, again, after you've engaged with them, sometimes for days, all right? Don't just go ahead and pitch yourself. I do not suggest that. So, and again, invite people to book a call with you in your group only if they are motivated to get things done in their business or their health or their relationships or their parenting or their fitness or whatever it is that you do, right? Whatever your niche, whatever your market is, then invite them to learn more, to get on a call with you, to make things happen in their lives, right? And the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to Facebook, and a lot of people just have trouble with this, but I'm just going to say you're just going to have to get over it. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. I mean that in a coaching way. You're going to have to get comfortable going live, just like I'm doing now. You have to be comfortable going live in your Facebook group, on your feed, or on your business page, okay? Especially in your group where you're gathering your audience. This is the number one way that people will get to know you and like you and trust you, so that they will feel comfortable enough working with you, giving them their hard-earned money. They'll trust you when you, again, show up consistently. And that's another way of being visible, right? Being consistent. You can't do all these things I'm saying once a month and then go off and do something else and forget your business. You have to have a checklist where you go daily in other groups and engage. You are daily engaging in your own Facebook group, okay? You have to show up for your people. That's what we want. That's what we need. Okay, people want to listen to you. They want to learn from you. The people that don't, well, whatever, don't worry about them. They're not your ideal people. You don't ever want to convince somebody to work with you, right? Don't ever try to convince someone to work with you. That is the fastest way to get nightmare clients, right? And you getting demotivated and not feeling good about your offers or your services or whatever. So that's just another bonus tip from me. Don't ever convince people to work with you. Okay, and again, about going live. Go live on your profile, in your Facebook group, Facebook page. Bring value. I can't stress that enough, guys. Bringing value in your content, whether that's a post, whether it's going live or a video or whatever, that's how you're going to earn money. This is how you're going to get clients, high-ticket clients, by giving value, showing your stuff, showing people that you know your stuff, positioning yourself as that authority figure, showing up when you go live, look nice, put on some makeup, sit up straight. This is a pink shirt, but it sure looks orange on the video. But again, be yourself. Be yourself. Show up as the leader that you are. Again, it's about staying top of mind. It's about bringing value. It's about going in other groups, bringing value, engaging with other people, building relationships. Ask them if you can send them a PM, and then talk about whatever you were talking about in a group in the PM. Invite them to your Facebook group. Don't just drop a link. Invite them first. Like, would you like a link to my Facebook group where I go live regularly and I have free trainings and it's for, aspiring female entrepreneurs just like you? I would absolutely love to have you. And if they say yes, then drop the link. Okay? Again, invite people into your world. This isn't hard stuff, you guys. Again, it's just being a real human. Make that friends list on your Facebook. Optimize your Facebook profile so that when you have people that click over, the snoopers that go to your Facebook profile, which we all are, and we all do. I do it every day, all day. I always want to find out more about people. Make that billboard so it's very easy for people to know what you do. This is one mistake I see a lot with entrepreneurs. I click on their profile. I hear in another group, maybe they're in a promo thread and they're talking about what they do. But then I go on their profile and there is absolutely nothing about what they do. Like, I couldn't guess. Like, who are you? Who do you help? Like, can you help me? I don't know. And what am I going to do if I don't know? A confused person never buys. A confused person never says yes. If someone clicks out to find more about you and they don't know what the heck you do or who you help, and you just added a lot of value in this one group about your niche, your expertise, but when I click over, all I see are pictures of cats and a funny filtered profile picture and a cover photo of the beach or whatever, like, I'm going to click out and I'm going to forget about you maybe, okay? So you need to tell people, you need to show people, make it as easy as possible for them to say yes to you, to get more access to you, to get to know you better. Okay. And if they added you as a friend, Everyone that adds you as your friend in your ideal client audience, send them a message. Hey, happy to connect on here. I see you have kids like I do. And connect that way. No pitching, no cold selling. Hey, I have this offer for you. Don't do that. We're kind of sick of that, right? Maybe 5 years ago that worked, but this does not work anymore. Grow that relationship first. Show up on their feed, comment on their stuff. I have a few more quick tips. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but another quick tip number 1 is be sure to share any content that you share either in your business page or on your personal profile. Like say you have an image that you've made or a picture of you in a content post, share it to your wall, but also share it to your Facebook stories. A lot of people are starting to hang out on Facebook stories. For some reason, I get a lot more views on my Facebook stories than I do in my Instagram stories. Now you may have the opposite experience, but just test it out, and I get a lot more engagement on my Facebook stories as well. People commenting or hearting it or whatever, So be sure to just share things that you've already posted into your Facebook stories. Again, visibility, top of mind. And if you do it enough, what happens on your Facebook feed and your ideal clients' Facebook feed, your story is going to be one of the first stories that pops up, right? If you engage with them a lot and they engage with you, that's telling Facebook algorithm that, hey, these two may be friends. These two maybe like each other or whatever, and they're going to show your stories popping up right on the top of their feed. Okay, this again is Facebook. I don't know a thing about LinkedIn, guys. I'm sorry. It's not my level of genius, at least not yet. But I do have some Instagram tips. So who here is on Instagram? If you're on Instagram, go ahead and share your Instagram feed. Or your Instagram link. I'd love to follow you on Instagram. Mine is at thehillaryhill.com. I'll post it too. But Instagram, I love Instagram. There's so much to do on Instagram. A lot of people just think of Instagram as making posts and hashtags and that's it. But it goes so far beyond that. But here, I actually did a whole training the other day in another group, and this is another way to get visible, guys. Ask other admins of other groups of people where your people are, and ask if you could go live and bring value. You're just going to get more eyeballs on your stuff. Usually admins like it because again, you're adding value to their group. So go ahead and ask if there's something you could do. Anyways, let's go back to Instagram. Instagram, share to your IG stories 3 times a day. Share to your IG stories 3 times a day. And you may think, what does that look like? I don't know what to do. Anytime you make a post on Instagram, go ahead and share it to your stories, right? And get a little GIF that says new post and invite people to check out your post. So there's one. Another idea is in the morning, put a cute graphic up or make a video of what you're doing that morning and then write out your agenda for the day. People just love to see that kind of stuff, especially if it has to do with your business. What are you working on in your business? People just like to see. And again, it's growing that relationship. It's being visible because people are spending more time in stories now than they are actually scrolling through their feed. And I know that's true for me because, scrolling through the feed, especially with thousands of friends, that can be a little tedious. Add to your Instagram stories, add quick tips, mini trainings, have a minute with Patricia or whatever on there. Okay. And just do a minute tip. Maybe something you posted about on Facebook that day. Just do a little quick Instagram story about it. Okay. And be sure to share your valuable stories into some of your highlights, right? So that some people can check it out later. So Instagram stories are very important. Use relevant hashtags for your posts. I like to use flick.tech. It's a website. It's free, but there is a really cheap paid version, I think $5 a month, where you can basically search hashtags and add it to a list real quickly, and then you just copy the list and paste it into Instagram. I really like it. It's been really helpful for me, saved a lot of time. Comment and like on your ideal clients' posts. So follow people, right, that are in your ideal clients, that are your ideal clients. And whether they follow you back or not, guys, it doesn't matter. A lot of people obsess about that. Oh, they didn't follow me back, so I'm going to unfollow them. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you comment on their stuff. You're liking your stuff. Show up in their stories, right? When you see a post, comment on the post, something valuable, right? Not just a heart emoji. Like their post and then click on the little rainbow thing around their picture, right? Go through their stories real quick. Comment on something. Be visible. Be a real human. This doesn't take very long. This is one unique way that I found that people really like, and it's just a way to make people feel special. If you see a comment, a post that really speaks to you and that one of your ideal clients made, maybe it was inspirational, had a lot of great tips or whatever it was, share that post to them in their DMs. Share it to them and then write a little bit about what you loved about it. And then share it to your stories. Tag them in it or mention them in it, right? And say, wow, this was a great post. I encourage you to read it. That's going to grow that know, like, and trust factor really quickly with some of your ideal clients, okay? And people really love that. I know I love it when people do that with me. That makes you feel special. And not only that, but you're putting yourself in front of their friends list, right? And vice versa. People like that. So those are just a few. Instagram, again, I could go all day about Instagram. What kind of tips do you have for Instagram? Do you have any? Go ahead and list them below. Okay, those were all my tips. So I'm going to get on here and answer some questions. All right, let's see. I know, Patricia, you asked a few. Let me see if I can share this. Is it better to just have one platform? Yes, when you're just starting, you need to focus on one platform and do it really well, okay? If all of your people are on Instagram, then be on Instagram. Really learn Instagram. Get good at that, right? Usually if your people on Instagram, they're going to be on Facebook as well, but not all the time. Like I come across so many people on Instagram that don't have Facebook. It's weird. I think it's weird. I've been on Facebook for like 16 years. Anyways, wherever your people are, whether if you're in the business niche, maybe, or career, they may be more on LinkedIn. Most of the people I think are going to be on Facebook. But yes, I would focus on one platform first until you really get the hang of it and you're really making strides there, and then branch out to another platform. Okay, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, which is really easy to do. Been there, done that. Right? And when you spread yourself too thin, then you're not really getting to know anybody. Does that make sense? Okay, next question. Never thought of that. Genius. Not sure what I said, but but thanks. Thanks, Patricia. Okay. Okay, Patricia says, I'm terrified to go live. My mind goes blank. Any tips? Yes. I could do a whole ongoing live, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that soon. I'll make a note for that. When you go live, I suggest, here's some few tips about going live. One, make yourself look nice. Again, sit up straight. Make sure you have good lighting. I'm just going to show you. Oh my goodness, my lighting just went out because I was going to show you. I'm going to show you real quick. This is my little lighting light ring. I put it right. See, if I don't have light, I look kind of weird. I don't know. Because I have my windows behind me. And if I open a window behind me, it's going to give a lot of, backlight, all that. But I got this on Amazon for like $15, I think. It just sits on my desk. And it just, lights you up a bit. See, there we go. It smooths away some of those flaws. One thing, again, before you go live, and I'm all about mindset, okay? And I'm all about visualizing, okay? Before you go live, close your eyes and visualize how you want your live to be. How do you want your live to go? Do you want to be confident, right? You want to think of yourself, I am an authority in my niche. I do know my stuff. I I love my people. I'm here to serve my people. The things that I have to offer are life-changing. People are lucky and blessed to work with me, to hear from me. And I don't mean that in a prideful, greedy way. I just mean it in I'm a good person. I am a servant at heart. I'm showing up for my people. Does that make sense? Visualize how you want it to go and step into those shoes. Step into those leader shoes and the authority and that servant's heart. Okay. I promise you your lives will go a lot better. But I also suggest before starting, just write down a few notes, right? I've heard the Post-it note rule. So make some notes, just write down as much as would fit on a Post-it note. Don't write down your whole script, everything you're going to say, like word for word, and then read on it. Because what is it? It comes across as a little ingenuine. You want to be genuine. And so just make like the top highlights, things you want to talk about. And since it's your level of expertise, it's your zone of genius, it won't be hard, right, to talk about these things. So like today, I just quit like 20 minutes before I went live. What I like to do is I like to go in my Gmail and open up a new email. That's like my note thing. I don't know why, but I just wrote down a few notes on, tips on getting visible and all that. Okay. And I kind of read from them a little bit, but it was just the highlights, right? So I suggest doing that. Get prepared. If that will make you feel more confident, then get prepared. Jot down a few notes. It's not going to hurt, right? And also during lives, you probably noticed that I did this, but ask your audience, talk to your audience, mention them by name, connect, right? Sales and business is all about connecting. All about connecting with your audience. If your audience doesn't connect with you and you don't connect with them, they're not going to trust you enough to work with you, right? No, they're not. So always think, what's the greater connection? What's the greatest level of connection I can do? Well, going live is that, okay? And I know you may have trouble going live. A lot of people get scared of it. I was the same way. I like when I was first starting my business, I was like, I had never gone live before. And I was like, I know I got to do this. And I didn't do it for like 2 weeks. I just kept talking myself out of it. And I was like, I just can't do this. And one day, you know what? We were at the beach. It was a fun day. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I went live on my Facebook profile. I'm sure I sounded like an idiot. But I did it. And then right afterwards, I was like, oh, that was so much fun. I'm going to go live on Instagram now. And then so I went live on Instagram. Which, by the way, that's another way of getting visible. If your people are on Instagram, go live on Instagram and then save it to your IGTV, which also will post it on your feed. Okay. And be sure to remember to use hashtags too. But yeah, going live is just a great way to build that relationship, that know, like, and trust factor super fast. Okay. Does that answer your question? Do you have any more questions about going live? Yes, that is something that a lot of people struggle with, even, especially my clients. But it all comes back to mindset, right? Being that confident person, thinking of yourself, what would it take to make me that confident person that shows up consistently? Why? Why am I going live? Why am I going live? To better my business. Why do I want to better my business? Why do I want to grow my business? To change other people's lives, to reach more people. Okay. Why do you want to reach more people? Why do you want to grow your business? To make more money. Why do you want to make more money? Always keep asking why, right? I want to make more money so that I can have freedom. Why do you want to have freedom? So that I can be for me personally, it's so I can be with my kids, so that I can one day retire my husband so that we can travel the world like we want to as a world schooling family, hopefully in the next year. That's why I go live. Does that make sense? Always go back to your why. Anything in business. Why am I doing this? Like, this really sucks. Like, that launch was a complete disaster. I didn't do anything. Why am I doing it? Well, go back to your why. And then also think, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that could happen? And if nobody shows up, that's fine. Most people watch on the replay. A lot of people don't show up I have 450 something people in my group. Most people don't show up to your lives, and that's fine, but most people will show up on the replay. All right. And they will comment on that. So always always remember that. So anyways, okay, Patricia, the site was flick.tech. It's a weird website, I know, but it's really good. I love going on there and finding hashtags, trending hashtags or whatever. So if there are any more questions, drop them down below. All right. So I hope that these were a lot of helpful tips on how to get visible in your business on Facebook and a little bit on Instagram. If you would like to know more about Instagram, let me know below. Maybe I'll do another training just about Instagram. Okay, well, that's it. Again, if you're watching on the hashtag, if you're watching on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. All right. And I will see you on the next live. Bye, ladies.